2018 Nemacolin Township Board of Trustees meeting. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen, Lord.
Sorry. All right, our fire chief is not here, so we're going to skip over fire. He'll be here shortly. He's on the way. And we'll begin with the road. So, Jamie, you're up.
I'd like the board to pass a resolution to approve the July 12, 2018 road report.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Voting?
George?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes. Anything else going on?
The sweeping's completed.
Okay.
Just got to get rid of the debris now.
Okay.
We're working on that.
You have a place to take it? You have a place to take the
We have to take it to the landfill.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I'm working on it.
You take it over here. East Canton there. Or no?
We've been using that Republic waste.
Okay.
You got to get a manifest and
Okay.
all that good stuff. Yeah, hazardous materials.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not, And that's about all I have for right now.
All right, well, we'll get into a few other things here. It looks like under some other things on the agenda. So, all right, we'll move then to zoning. Jeff?
Resolution approved July 12th, 2018 zoning report.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Voting?
George?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes.
And number 2, resolution approved June 2018 zoning report for Stark County Auditor.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and second. Voting?
George?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes. That might be our fire chief right there. There he is. He's late. All right, Jeff, did you have anything else? Okay. All right, so Rich, we've been through road and zoning, so we'll move right to you.
Moving right along.
Yeah.
First is a resolution to appoint Frank Alessandro as a firefighter paramedic candidate. He was a firefighter paramedic with us for probably about 8 or 10 years before, so he'd like to reapply, but he still has to go through the process.
And he was a good one, too.
Yes.
Yeah. That's good.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Voting?
George?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes.
And the second item is a resolution to accept the June 2018 fire report. We had a total of 94 incidents for June.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Voting?
George?
Yes.
Jennifer?
Yes.
Todd?
Yes. Okay. All right, Rich, did you have anything else for us? We were just giving you a hard time about being late. Okay, then it's on to concerns of the citizens. And the first person that we have is Ray Fuller.
Hello, my name is Ray Fuller, 5857 Rosedale Street. First thing I want to ask your kind indulgence. I had oral surgery and I said I got a mouthful of mush, but I'm going to give it my best shot here. I'm here to reinforce the comments and views of some of my fellow citizens on Francesca. This has gone on way too long, and if that was my property, I'd be raising holy heck. They should not have to endure the damage, the inconveniences and everything else that goes on there. I'm embarrassed to say that I don't tell anybody that I live in Nemacolin, because everywhere that I went, people were complaining about the past performances of previous trustees, except for Todd. And like I said, it's gone on way too long. And I was also concerned with the proposed voting. I don't know how, I don't know how you can abstain. You're either for it or against it. They knew that when they abstain, you got to have a majority, and if they're only counting one vote, then that's not a majority. I mean, it has to be 2/3.
Well, any motion has to be second to be considered by the board, so.
And it wasn't second on purpose.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, for it to actually come to consideration, any one of us could make a motion. George could say he wants to, paint the building green, but if we don't, if the second doesn't come up, then it's not anything we can do. I just wanted to clarify that.
That's good. And in conclusion, I don't know how you can say I have nothing to say. You have an opinion. It's their duty to voice it. I'm going to voice my opinion when your turn comes up, and then you're going to hear me loud and clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I mean, it looks like probably some of you will want to talk about that. I just want to say that I have enjoyed working with Jennifer and George. It is definitely a lot different than what it used to be, in my opinion. We're not always going to agree or see things the same, but that also doesn't mean it has to be a personal, ugly thing. But I do want to say to the residents of Francesca, I think that project should be done, and you can count on my support if there ever is support for that project. And that's been something that we've fought for and tried to have for a long, long time. I met with Dawn today, and I stood at the end of her street, and you can see right up that road. I mean, that goes. You could. I mean, it's not going to be a fast sled ride, but you could ride a sled down Francesca. It all runs that way, and water runs that way. So we'll always be supportive of that project for the neighborhood if it ever could be done. Okay, so Don Freeman.
Don Friedman of 5362 Francesca. First of all, George, you weren't here for the large presentation that I gave for the whole board and for the audience, but Jennifer, you were.
Yes.
And why did you change your mind?
I said I thought it needed done because Mike and Lisa made it an issue of money.
You thought it needed done.
Right, but I thought the reason why they said no was because of money. I didn't have all the facts of what was done with the retention pond and the north side of it. And I went down there while it was raining and I didn't see any evidence.
Really?
I didn't.
Well, I have pictures I've shown you, but you don't see it.
They're from 2011.
No, they were from the last time it rained.
I saw their pictures too, so I'm just telling you what I saw.
And I wanted to say that I'm very disappointed with you. I mean, you came to the presentation, he didn't. And when you were running, you said it needed done.
I didn't promise. I said I thought it needed done. I remember my words.
Well, thought it needed done. That's what you said.
That doesn't say.
Okay, fine. But you gave no reason as to why not. You just didn't say anything. I have nothing to say.
Because I told you the week before why I couldn't vote for it. And I got voted over and nobody listened to me. I had reasonable explanation and it was
What was your reasonable explanation?
Because I don't think it needs done. Because
why do you not think so?
With the north side, I feel has taken care of the problem.
By whose account?
Gary Connors and...
There we go.
Well, he's an engineer.
Okay. Well, I can say, honestly, you're not the kind of person that I want to support going forward, and I'll have a lot to say when you run again, or if you do.
Freedom of speech, go for it.
And did you sell the house to Kyle Bosnot?
I did.
And so his house is at the top of a hill, and he's had no water problems. Why all of a sudden, when the Francesca project, is he coming in here?
Because he has freedom of speech as well.
But why now? Why? He lived there for a year and a half.
Dawn.
He only found it necessary to come in here now saying Francesca didn't need done. Most people will come in here and talk about their projects, but don't do something
Well, other
else.
people who live on other streets say the same thing, so I don't know what to
Okay.
say. He's allowed.
Well, I have pictures of the last time it rained by his house down at the bottom. There wasn't even any water in the culverts. The roads are no worse than anywhere else in the township. And at that time, there's water laying in all the culverts. I have pictures on Eastland, on Lesh Road, on Francesca, and there's not any water in the culverts on Apple at all. None.
No, I saw, showed us the pictures.
Well, maybe you need to go look for yourself
I will.
instead of taking Kyle's
I
word.
didn't say I took his word. I looked at the photos.
And I'll just pass these around for people to see, since we didn't get to see his photos, by the way. Nobody showed them to us. The garage that he talked about, too, is also at the top of a hill. So if there's water in that, how did it get there? I also was concerned, I wondered, trustees argued that there were other legitimate road floodings within the repository. And we were told, they told us they just had nothing to say. So where did these comments come from?
We talked about in generalities of the flood of the last big rain that we had.
When?
The last meeting.
You said I have nothing to say.
No, we talked about the flooding. I remember I said there was fish going down the road. Does anybody remember that? There was.
No.
The neighbor's pond overflowed and there was fish running down the road. We talked about that. Meesh Road had flooding going down the road too.
Well, that's not our street,
That's what he was referring to.
really. It says here about beautifying. Where'd that come from? Where'd that statement come from?
Yes, you won't look at you.
Well, I'm just curious. Did one of them tell you that, or did you just write that on your own? And here's the pictures. I'll pass those around for people to see.
I've lived through it, I know people.
Well, these are from the last time the gentleman came in here and claimed that it's worse on Apple and Plum than it's not.
Thank you. Donna, you're next.
I want to be last. I just wanted to make that statement to remind you what happened last time.
Do you want to be last?
No, I can handle this. I'm Donna Fuller from 5857 Rosedale. Dawn hit on a lot of the things that I feel, and I think everybody that I've talked to feels. Whenever you believe in somebody and you take and you walk them around, and every place we went, it seemed like these people would bring up Francisca because of the way the Francisca project was taken care of with the last board. So I just am very disgusted whenever I see somebody, you vote for it, and our two people that I had very much respect for says, I got nothing to say. Like that. You gotta be kidding me. This is a big problem. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. If those people on Francisca get flooded, you better have a big bank account, because I'm gonna tell you right now, they're all gonna come after you. This doesn't hit the paper. I can tell you why. I get the paper, I get the Herald, and I get the repository. Funny thing is, you guys will not believe me. I could swear that I'm in another meeting when I pick the papers up. What really happens here, I suggest that all of you start getting the tape from her. On a Sunday afternoon when you have nothing to do, play the tape and you're going to go, oh, I don't remember that. Well, I do. When I go home, I play the tapes. And our newspapers, I've went to the Herald. I have called the repository and told them that I feel it should not cost them and that they should get the tape so that they don't need to make notes, and it's their opinion of what really happened here, because what really happened here never hit either one of those papers. And I can swear that most of the people in this room will tell you that is not what was written down. And I think if most of the people in this township knew that the people that we put our trust in used the words, maybe mistakenly, and didn't think about it, that I have nothing to say, it embarrasses me as a resident.